true to say that if you're trying to get as strong as possible, you need to find the exact right leverage and the exact right angles to lift as much weight as possible. But it's also true to say that getting strong in all of these smaller, stranger angles is going to have a huge contribution to your overall strength. And this is one of the ways that I think a lighter kettlebell can be very beneficial because it gives you the ability to start working on things like this. Now, one that I developed a couple years ago that I like quite a bit would be this one here. I like to call it the rolling floor press. Rather than a standard floor press, this one sort of resembles like a straight punch in boxing. So I have a sense that it might be useful for people who are interested in the martial arts. But even if not, it is a really great way of coordinating both the hips and the upper body, which is important for a lot of different movements, particularly in the kettlebell world where everything requires your body to move as one solid piece. Now, another really great one is this one right here, the curtsy lunge. We don't really do a whole lot of crossing of the midline with our strength training, and a curtsy lunge is a very simple way to get started with that. And as you can see, what you're going to do here is you simply do a reverse lunge, but rather than going straight backward, you go a bit off to the side. This allows you to start getting a little bit of a rotational movement into your training, including, and I think this is very important, also really getting deep into that hip. So it's not just backward and forward all the time, but you can actually start working on a little bit of internal rotation in the hip, as well as really stretching the side of the hip and working on those muscles that often get overlooked. Similarly, the Cossack deadlift is very good for this. And what's more, this is going to help you start working on side-to-side movement, which is really essential for any sort of athletic ability and anything you're going to need to do in real life, because very little is going to be purely forward and backward, upward and down. So this is kind of a nice way of integrating this, let's say, side-to-side movement with something that you're already familiar with, this sort of back and forward movement from a deadlift. Naturally, you can start building this up into swings in this position as well, although I would say take your time with that, start getting good with this, and before you know it, you'll be able to do that. Now, last but not least is what I like to call the tango carry, which is going to have you keeping your hips straight forward, but rotating from the upper body and working on moving your way across a room or any other sort of an expanse, whatever it may be. You can do this at various different heights as well. The lower one is the one you should probably start off at, but then you kind of move it up to the belt line here and you get a little bit more of a stretch, a little bit more of a challenge in the torso. And then finally, you can move it up to the shoulder and simply repeat as so. I think what you're really going to find helpful with some of these movements is that you're going to start feeling muscles working that you have not felt in a very long time and maybe ever. And you're not going to need any more than just one light kettlebell to do it. So give this a shot. Let me know how you like it. And as always, have fun and happy training.